Good day, and welcome to Trusting God at All Times, a daily devotion of Peakland United Methodist Church in Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm John Vest. I'm the pastor here at the church. What's in a name? The late singer Jim Croce sang, "Like the pine tree lining a winding road, I've got a name. I'll carry it with me like my daddy did, and if it gets me nowhere, I'll go there proud." I don't want to make too much out of geographic assumptions, but I was born in the South, and in the South, when a child is born, people will ask two questions. What's his name, and what are you going to call him? My name is John. My family still calls me Johnny. Although raised in Virginia, I married a thoroughly northern girl. Apparently in the North, you name them what you call them. So my wife's name is Kathy. Not Catherine, not Kathleen, Kathy. That's what's on the birth certificate. Names are important because they give us place and standing. Having a name means we exist. Have you ever noticed how bullies will almost immediately try to take away a person's name and replace it with a nickname of their own choosing? It's an effort to exercise power over an individual to take away your own sense of self-identity. Which brings me to the following post I saw on Andrew's wall. It was written by Sandra Thurman Corporal from the Memorial Church of Christ in Houston. It got me thinking, and I have expanded on it just a bit. There was a moment when Moses had the nerve to ask God what God's name is. God was gracious enough to answer, and the name given is recorded in the original Hebrew language as YHWH. No vowels. Now, we use vowels to brighten the sound of speech. They are the foundation for reading and writing in the English language, and they allow for patterns, and these patterns help us know and understand speech. Over time, we've added an A and an E to change YHWH to YAHWEH, and the pronunciation becomes Yahweh. But just like the bully who takes away a person's name, we need to be careful that we aren't making God smaller by doing that. Scholars and rabbis have noted that the letters YHWH represent breathing sounds, what's called aspirated consonants. When pronounced without vowels, it actually sounds like breathing. YH, inhale. WH, exhale. So, a baby's first cry, the first breath, it speaks the name of God. A deep sigh calls God's name, or groan, or gasp that's too heavy for words. In the reality of agape love, that self-giving love, even an unbeliever speaks God's name, unaware that their very breath, the gift of life, is giving constant acknowledgement to God. And at the end of life, when we breathe that last breath, does it not return to the one from whence it came? The consequence of God having a name that exists more of breath than of word, I think, is this. When we can't utter anything else, our cry is calling out to God. The Apostle Paul, he once spoke of praying without ceasing, so being alive, breathing, that suggests we speak God's name constantly. The heavy sighs of sadness, the fullness of life when it's full of joy, holding one's breath in fear, taking deep breaths as we collect our courage, all of it speaks God's name. God is present. So today, my friend, I want to encourage you to breathe deeply. Inhale, exhale, the name of God, and see what a difference it just might make. Breathe deeply, my friend, deeply. So let it be. Amen.